This week on the Back Straight Boys, we're going to be talking a bit about the World Championships and giving our best bits of the World Champs. There's also been a few people sending their best bits, so we'll show those later on. But first, we'll have a bit of a rant.
Us?
What? Yeah, we're ranting about something today.
For going on probably a decade now, we have been told that we're really lucky to have the BBC and we should all stop complaining about the coverage, okay? I'm getting to the point where I don't think we're lucky anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm not that grateful for their increasingly atrocious coverage. And there might be a lot of it, but less and less and less of it is actually athletics.
That's okay.
You know? I understand it's not aimed at me. You know, I will happily watch the women's hammer qualifying at 3 in the morning. I did, yeah. I don't expect the general public to do so, okay? But I do not for one moment believe that the general public are so little interested in the sport that they are essentially going to tune into what's become a magazine programme.
What's made this like so relevant to you?
Okay, during the World Championships, the coverage, there was lots of coverage, you know, lots of coverage, which is great to see. There was limited amounts of actual athletics. We constantly went back to the studio to chat about absolutely nothing, or we constantly had repeats over and over and again at the same thing, and then back to the studio to repeat the repeat, to talk about the repeats.
Because you mentioned it was the Mo Farah.
Well, this is the thing that really, this is the thing I think I tweeted, I'm about to put my foot through the screen. Mo Farah, fantastic championship for him,
Great
fantastic
race.
championship for Britain, you know, no complaints about Mo Farah whatsoever. Well done, Mo, yeah? We do not need to see 55 minutes.
So you time it.
Oh, I've got a breakdown, wait. 55 minutes of a 14-minute race.
Right.
We had 7 minutes before, we had 14 minutes of the race. We then had 35 minutes after the race. I think in total it came to about 55 minutes we watched of Mo Farah taking a selfie, waving a flag, you know.
Should we cut to Brendan to say he's the greatest average sports person that ever lived? Should we go back to the studio to discuss Brendan saying he's the greatest sportsman that ever lived? Should we then cut to Brendan again to discuss Brendan talking to the studio about Mo being the greatest athlete ever lived?
And see what Michael thinks to say on a 5,000 metre race. You know, Michael Jackson knows nothing about a 5,000 metre race. Now, can I say, I have no complaints whatsoever for a change with anyone on that panel.
Johnson was so good, Gabby was unreal.
Daley Thompson was a revelation in his grey trackies, you know. Everybody loved Daley Thompson. Gabby is absolutely brilliant. I will not have a bad word said about that, particularly because you can tell Gabby does not want to be talking this rubbish. Gabby is a sports presenter. She wants to be, she does not want to be presenting this morning, you know.
Yeah, I thought she'd bring in quite a lot of the gossip, which I thought was quite a good thing to do, because you had like tweets by certain athletes. She went, okay, someone's tweeted, like Andy Verner's tweeted this morning and brought it in, and can I make it a bit more?
Good, don't mind it. The amount of times I've told them that basically, I said, you're not BuzzFeed or the fucking Daily Mail online. Stop doing this bloody, what do you call it?
What happened to
what's it called? Clickbait. You know, you're above this.
What happened to Reithian values of, do you mean higher standards in journalism, high standards? There doesn't have to be one or the other. You could show Mo's race, we could celebrate Mo's race, we can go back to the studio and ask, and then we can get back to athletics. And then at the end of the day, you're going to go and talk about it all for another half an hour anyway. It's absolutely atrocious way to show sport.
You have an hour before and at least half an hour afterwards to do this nonsense, yeah? So why are you doing it slap bang in the middle of the programme? I also think it's insulting to the people that it's supposedly it's aimed at. I understand it's not specifically aimed at us. I think it's insulting for those people who maybe aren't obsessive athletics fans like us, who are tuned in, to assume that they are so stupid that they would rather see Mo wearing a silly hat than actually watch another race. My friend Joel was sat with me, and he actually said, when watching, I think it was a 5 or the 10k race, he said, do you think they can just shut up talking rubbish and show some actual sport? And I was like, thank you, he knows nothing about it.
It was when Bolt beat Gatlin. Steve Cramp did a little speech that everyone's kind of talking about. Also, Brendan Foster jumping up and down in the studio. Everyone's really happy about it. Aren't the BBC meant to be impartial?
No, not necessarily. It's not the news.
Exactly.
It's not the news.
And also, did you see Ronaldo Nehemiah's self-serving interview?
Correct nonsense.
I mean,
but
just
it is meant to be impartial. Like if you watch the football and Ian Wright was cheering for Arsenal in the FA Cup final while commentating, he would be sacked for his job because can't do that in an FA Cup
I don't think
final.
the British Broadcasting Corporation necessarily has to be impartial on its sports.
It's government funded.
The government doesn't owe Justin Gatlin anything.
No, but I understand
why should it be biased towards.
No, but I understand why we should kind of support British athletes.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't see why we have to support other ones.
No.
And also, I think that supporting Usain Bolt and supporting athletics is a very positive thing.
Yeah, I agree. The other thing is that my complaint about Justin Gatlin and Ronaldo Momo complaining is the reason he's treated differently is because he's in the most high-profile event of the world. Because he's competing against the most high-profile athlete there has ever been.
Yeah.
You know,
And he's had that's not his fault though. That's his event.
No, but the reason he gets treated differently than a discus throw has come back is because absolutely no one knows who discus throw is because you don't bloody show it. So you can't, on the one hand, continuously. This is not just the BBC, but the media in general. Tell us about Justin Gatlin, and then just because it turns negative, Justin Gatlin complain that it's all negative. Okay, the alternative.
Where does it stop though? So like, has the commentator then they pick another person in the race that they want next time? Like, can they?
But that's not what happened.
But
also,
he finished the race. He said, "What do you say?"
And he
saved your sport.
You saved your race. That was one of the best bits of commentary ever.
You saved your
I'm sure he must have planned it, but
it was really good. Yeah.
But also, the thing is, Justin Gatlin, and this is the point that Steve Cram made at the time. He has had 2 bans, and okay, we can maybe discount the second one, but it's still there and it's relevant. He also has shown no contrition whatsoever. He's never admitted to it. He's never said sorry.
But there's all sorts of stuff about that as well that he has done, and he has actually given evidence and stuff like that.
Well, it's going around talking to a few schools saying don't take drugs, kids. That for me.
Also, as soon as he denies he ever did it, how can he still deny he ever did it? Then he said.
And also, his coach was Trevor Graham, who was every single one of his athletes was on drugs, and he knew about it, and they all got banned before him, and he stuck with Trevor Graham. And who's his coach now? Drug cheat Dennis Mitchell, who's married to drug cheat Daniel Cherry. I mean, if you don't want to get associated with drugs and people talk about it, there's better things you could do.
I just think there's a slippery slope from being on someone's side, one person's side ahead of another person's on the BBC.
No,
it's not.
They weren't on one person's side. They were on the sports side, and they were on the fan side.
Okay, right. That's how that one ends. But okay, so the next bit we're going to talk about are our best bits of the World Champs. So I'm going to go first. My best bit of the World Champs was Ken Boy's back straight.
That was mine.
In the final? Yeah, but distance, you know. Okay, yeah. Ken Boy back straight, 250 minutes to go. Round the outside, absolutely bombed it over that, like one of the last hurdles and stuff. Just absolutely.
But even that hurdle in the home straight. I mean, he was better than the 400. He was better than the 100 hurdles. It was absolutely out of this world. I've never seen anyone do that in a steeplechase, and it's what you need to see in the steeplechase.
Okay, so what was your favourite bit then? Apart from that, Ayana in the 5,000.
Ayana 5,000.
Like, you're going into a race, and despite being the fastest in the world, you've been beaten twice by Genzebe Dibaba, who is massively better than you on paper, and massively faster than you over 1,500. So what do? You say, fuck you, I'm going to run away from you. And not just that, she went 8:20 for 3,000 metres. And she broke her, and no one does that anymore. No one does it in distance races anymore.
8:20 for 3,000 metres in 5,000.
But I understand, and what also this puts into perspective is how little guts everyone who's running against Mo Farah has. And no disrespect to Mo, because you can only beat who's there, and he's brilliant tactically, and he knows his race, and he always wins. But no one takes it to him. If they took it to him and they died and came last.
In his race, they got took to him back.
In the 10,000?
No, in the 5K. The last
800 metres. You can't run 800 metres faster than Mo.
Exactly,
you've got to take it on. You've got to try something, and they don't try anything. Ayana took it on, and she just ran her heart out. And she may have died, and she may have come last, but at least she gave it. At least she tried.
Okay.
I'm passionate about this. It's really annoying. And
be the best that you could be.
Also, I'm just thinking back in the day, Ingrid Christensen, she used to run away from people. Liz McColgan, Paula used to try and do that, and it didn't always work. But at least she tried. And back at
in those conditions and in Beijing,
Zeniki used to do that, and John Gugi used to do that, Paul Turgat used to try and do that.
Dominic Carui,
it's just so annoying and frustrating.
Even during the race, Hitchin de Rouge actually tweeted, didn't he? This is the most boring race ever.
Go on, Hitchin.
But it's really annoying to watch.
So your best bet, the World Champs.
Okay, this isn't my best as such, but it kind of encapsulates for me how great the World Championships were. And it's the women's 4x400. For starters, it completely encapsulates what a terrible championships America had, which made me everyone's favourite.
Okay, that's it for today, guys. But we have got a few people who have emailed, texted their best moments of the World Championships. So I'm going to show them all right now, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Well, for me, it was when Shara Proctor couldn't quite believe how long her 7:07 jump was.
Chance for me, easy, 2 moments. Usain Bolt for giving it to that fuck Justin Gatlin in the best way possible, teaching him humility on the world stage, even though he won't have learned it because of fuck. And Gregatron Prime, our own Gregatron, for showing people keep the faith. He keeps winning, people keep questioning him. Same as Usain Bolt. Champions win, that's what they do. Keep the faith.
Hey guys, Matt here from Vinco, and I can't pick out one favourite moment, so I'm going to give you three. In third place is Greg Rutherford adding the World Championships to his Olympic, Commonwealth and European titles. In second place is Christian Taylor getting that 18:21, which made me thump the desk a little bit too hard in the office. And in first place is the men's 400 throughout the heats and the semis and the finals, which was incredible.
Hey guys, this is Swift Girl, and my favourite thing about Beijing 2015 was the amount of people who wore suspicious hats during it.
Guys, my highlight of Beijing 2015 has to be the men's 400 metres, because right the way from the first race in the heats all the way through to the final, it was just so many shocks. And the fact that all three medalists were under 44 seconds was incredible.
My favourite bit of Beijing 2015 was Ashton Eaton summoning every last bit of energy to break the world decathlon record again!
Hi, this is Kerry, aka Le Petit Couchot, and my favourite Beijing moment was Jessica Ennis-Hill regaining her title. No one else could beat her this term. This video would have been better if I'd had Dina Rasher-Smith on anchor, but that wasn't possible. Bye!
Just wanted to give my highlight, which was the women's heptathlon. How could it not be with the amazing comeback that Jess made? Absolutely gutted for Katrina Johnson-Thompson, but she'll be back and I'm really looking forward to Rio.
I liked Ndiku's ginger hair in the 5k final. I liked it when the BBC got their stats right. I liked it when the Americans did rubbish in the long jump. I liked the architectural significance of the Bird's Nest Stadium. I love the 400 metre final.
I gotta go with Alison Felix, guys. 49.2, not a lot of competition. Not the best pacing, but that 47.7 split, what a gazelle. Really hope to change the timetable next year. Would love a Perec style double in Rio, but great chance, eh?
Hi, I'm Mim from Vinco. I'm a little bit drunk, but my favourite parts of the World Championships were the women's 400 metres, Felix winning, because I love her, and the Gatlin not winning, and I keep forgetting, because Daphne winning the 200, because I love it when multi-eventers beat sprinters, and Jess winning, obviously, Sheffield last, and Greg winning, and that's it.